show you a little bit of something, of some Tai Chi, because what you've just done, we just tend to then extend into a series of movements. So instead of standing still doing them, you kind of have to remember it a bit like a dance. And in terms of a mental discipline, it's quite interesting having to remember the movements and make yourself do them. And I would add that sometimes this is done, you know, very, very strongly by very bendy people who tend to go close to the ground, and it doesn't need to be like that. We can be quite upright, we can take very small steps, and it's, you know, one adapts it according to one's own limitations. And so you don't have to look at it and think, I can't do that, because it's something that everyone can do. So perhaps if I just briefly show you a little bit of a sequence. I tend to teach this quite a lot in classes because it can be done seated. It doesn't involve a lot of room or a lot of stepping around. So it's just an extension of what we just did. So just bear with me, maybe not even 5 minutes, but you'll get the idea. It's sort of a flowing sequence. It's all based on movements of the moon. So you get this idea of there being a moon and sort of having your hands facing the moon. So. sort of thing. Get the idea. To actually cut that short slightly, you add a little bit more of the beginning on the end. It's very repetitive, but takes a fair amount of concentration. But put it this way, I've taught that to a lot of people, and there isn't anyone I've tried to teach it to who hasn't been able to do it. In their own way, maybe. Someone who wants to do it sitting or with very small movements, that's fine. And so it's an extension. That could, you know, there can be sequences that go on for 10 or 15 minutes, but that's a nice little concise one.